What's up? What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel, Sports, Life, and Politics TV. Today is January 12th. I'm Samuel Koppel, and I'm here for the news. And in recent news, it has been discovered that President Joe Biden had illegal secret documents the same as President Donald Trump. Now, obviously, there is some small differences, but overall, it's the same premise, same concept. They both had documents they had no business having. Now, a lot of people try to make all these different comparisons from one to the other, but in politics, it's basically like crawling through a sewer line. It's a dirty, filthy business. And they have to have files on each other. Documents, whether that be pictures, whether that be emails, or other information on family members. It doesn't matter. But if you want to be a person of morals, values, integrity, politics is probably not the place for you. Now, I made this video on Donald Trump. Former President Donald Trump, Florida home was raided by the FBI. Now, in this video, you'll see exactly what I had to say. This video's from 4 months ago. Let's see what I had to say 4 months ago. I'm gonna get the first 2 minutes of the video, and we'll see. Let's take a look. What's up? What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel, Sports, Life, and Politics TV. And today, we're gonna be going over this. And by the way, you can see this video was made August 13th. The FBI chose to search his house for, I guess, illegal files or classified files or whatever the judge gave them permission or reason to give them permission to go into his house. Now, my take on all this is politicians, by their own nature, are all crooked. I've said this in every video I've ever made when it came to politics. I like politics for the theater of it. I don't like politics because I root for one side over the other. And wait a minute, it's crazy that this video is actually from August 12th, so it's actually 4 months to the day. Me personally, I think they're all crooks, but that's been every politician in the history of mankind. Whether it been Roman politics, Greek politicians, if they're in politics too long, it becomes a cesspool. And American politics is most definitely a cesspool. Now, I would imagine if you went to any politician's home unannounced, you would find kiddie porn, allegedly. You might find illegal money wire transfers, allegedly. You might find snuff films of somebody being hurt or harmed, allegedly. You might find sexual acts with men, women, boys, and girls, allegedly. The things that you will find in a politician's home, especially a sitting U.S. senator, or a vice president, or a president, or a congressman. God damn it, I'm something like a Negro Damas. I keep telling y'all, that's what makes Sports, Life, and Politics TV so good, because I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the game. What did I say? A vice president, congressman, a senator. It's all the same. They all have information on each other, but I'm going to let it keep rolling for another 30, 40 seconds. None of this is surprising. All of them hold information over each other. And then when you're president, you're going to have information on world leaders. That's part of being president. That's just like when they hopped on Hillary Clinton's ass, the FBI got on her ass real good. Guess what? They found a bunch of emails with all type of illegal activities. Why? Because politics by its own nature is a dirty, filthy business. Donald Trump is no different. People try to make it like, oh, Donald Trump is just, no, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld. It doesn't matter. The list goes on and on. If you went into these people's homes unannounced, you would find everything you're looking for. So this whole thing is completely overblown. He had classified files. If you'd have asked me before any of this happened, do you think Donald Trump has classified files in his house? I would say 100%. I think Obama got I know, allegedly, that Barack Obama got classified files in his house. And God knows what else. But let's take a look at the clip. Well, as you can see, Negro Dominance is at it again. Samuel Koppel, and I'm here for the news. And none of this is surprising to me. But let's take a look at this recent clip that's been made right here. Take a look at this one first.
Yes, more Jared Hill is live in New York with more. Jared, good morning.
Good morning, Maribel and Nicole. These documents, which were marked classified, were found about 2 months ago in that Biden office and reportedly turned over immediately. We're still working to confirm exactly what they do contain, but sources are giving insight into what was not there. Roughly 10 documents marked classified were found at the Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement in this Washington, D.C. building. A source familiar says they contained no nuclear secrets. The Attorney General has assigned John Lausch, a Trump appointee and the U.S. Attorney in Chicago, to review the documents, which were from President Biden's years as vice.
And they said no nuclear secrets, as if that matters, because you can have secrets that's even more dangerous than nuclear secrets. Because obviously, if somebody launches a nuke, man, basically it's the end of everybody. So nobody really wins in that situation. But for them to say that, that's how you know the media and the news is so biased. When Donald Trump, they found them classified documents in Donald Trump's house, the whole national media went nuts. It was on every channel. It was long discussions. And then when it's Biden, it's all short 2-minute videos, straight to the point. They want to make a distinction between the two different type of files. It's all type of bullshit.
President, according to 2 sources with knowledge of the inquiry.
What DOJ will look at is, how did the documents get there? Was it intentional? Is this a case that deserves to be prosecuted?
The president's special counsel said the material was identified by Mr. Biden's personal attorneys while they were packing files housed in a locked closet to prepare to vacate the office space on November 2nd. He adds that the White House counsel's office notified the National Archives the same day the material was discovered, and that the archives took possession of them the following day. Several Republicans have compared the situation to the FBI search on former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago, Florida home, during which hundreds of materials with classification.
And if his lawyers found them, who's to say they even gave back all the classified documents? Who's to say they didn't hide some? Who's to say they didn't keep some? We don't even know what the classified documents was. So, like I said, all this shit is completely biased from one to the other. That's why I don't choose sides in politics. Like I said, all these people are crooks, and all these people keep some kind of information on one another.
Markings were seized. Trump even posted on his Truth Social platform, quote, "When is the FBI going to raid the many homes of Joe Biden, perhaps even the White House? These documents were definitely not declassified." This one.
And Donald Trump is 100% right. Because if you found these classified documents in an office that was not being protected and that was not being guarded, then the FBI was supposed to raid his homes and possibly the White House. I'm not sure that they would do that, but most definitely his private homes to see, because you're not supposed to have these classified documents outside of the archives or outside of the White House. But we're going to go on over here to Fox News. That was on CBS Miami. Let's go over to Fox Business and see what they have to say.
Okay, folks, let's jump right back here on the set. Monica Crowley, she knows a thing or two about that. Former Assistant Secretary of the Treasury and host of the Monica Crowley podcast.
And in that video, that was the first set of documents they found. Now they've discovered a second set of documents. It's starting to get deeper.
I got on that. Andrew Roy Murdoch, Senior Fellow, London Center for Policy Research, Fox News contributor. All right, kids, separate subject. I'll begin with you, Monica. You're not going to believe this. Breaking news, they discovered a second batch of top secret classified documents locked up by Joe Biden when he was not president.
Yes.
What do you make of that?
I can
This is
totally
incredible.
believe it. Yes, I can totally believe it. How many classified documents are floating around out there, and how many other locations? We have no idea. And of course, we're only hearing about this now because the midterm elections have passed. Biden aides in the White House.
Yes, and that's another thing, because the midterm elections, they actually found these documents over 2 months ago. So somebody had the ability to keep this under wraps all this time, and then now it finally comes out, because this could have affected the midterm elections. Remember, they had that Senate race down in Georgia between Herschel Walker and the other guy name skips my mind, but yeah, they had the Senate race down there, and it was very close.
Knew quite well weeks before the November elections that these classified documents were at an unsecured location. That's number one. Number two, after what they did to President
Warlock, that's his name.
the FBI raid at Mar-a-Lago, throwing his whole life into chaos, plastering headlines from here to across the world that Donald Trump was abusing his power, had absconded with classified documents.
Was a terrible person.
The appointment of his special counsel, because Merrick Garland came, there's all kinds of conflicts of interest. After what they did to Donald Trump, when he was the president of the United States with the authority, unilateral authority, to declassify documents, where Joe Biden was only vice president and did not have that authority, this is a complete outrage. We're going to hear more and more about these classified documents floating out there, and the question is, who had access to them, and what are those documents? Are they with regard to the Biden corruption with regard to Ukraine and China? What about the Iran nuclear deal?
There'll be more batches. Droy, politically...
And those are all great questions that she asked. Every single one of them. Look, news media outlets tell the truth when it's convenient. For Fox News, Fox Business, this is all truth. It's a convenient truth. Now, will they lie? Absolutely. But they'll lie and tell the truth only when it's convenience or inconvenience. So right now, this is a convenient truth. All this stuff, all them questions she asked was legit as hell. Why in the hell did they wait so long to release this information? Why in the hell did he have that in the first place? He wasn't even the president at the time when he had these documents. He was the vice president. He had no business with those documents. So it's a lot of different questions to be asked, a lot of different stuff to be uncovered. But we're going to finish this video out. Let's get to the end of it.
I think that this makes it virtually impossible that they go after Trump for this. But legally, I think in a sense, to Monica's point, Biden was not president. He did not have the authority to declassify. Mr. Trump did. And finally, I just find this, how ironic, all of a sudden we're discovering this. So what do you make of it, Roy Murdoch?
Yeah, this is a very key point. Whether you like it or not, the President of the United States has the full authority to say, I hereby declassify these documents, period. You may hate that law, in which case, get a different law passed. The Vice President of the United States has as much right to declassify documents as the three of us. In other words, zero. So I think Trump can say, look, I declassify these documents, I'm allowed to have them. The Vice President, whether it be Biden or Al Gore or whoever else, never has that
How
authority.
can they bust Trump now with this stuff? Just that narrow
The only way they can do it is
How can they do
the
that?
only way they can do that is to indict Trump and the same day indict Biden. And if they don't do that, that absolutely proves to everybody in this country we have a two-track system of justice and double standards and everything else.
And the powers that be in Washington really don't care, because it's not about hypocrisy, it's about hierarchy. It's about the people in power, it's about the globalists, it's about the elite ruling class who just abuse power, and because they've got the propaganda press in their back pocket, they can literally get away with anything.
Do you
In this
expect
case,
Garland to appoint a special counsel on Biden? Ha 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 ha.
the political pressure on him to do so
Will be
is going to be
significant.
huge. That's right. Now, there is one more conspiracy step, which is, to Joy's point, if they go after Donald Trump on this, they're going to have to go after Joe Biden, or otherwise there's going to be hell to pay.
Or Hillary.
And maybe this is the lever to get rid of Joe Biden. How do you like that?
I might be with her on that, because for his lawyers to release that means that they don't want Joe Biden back again. Well, Joe Biden couldn't win again anyway, because he's basically a dead man walking. He's a stiff. We know that he's basically on live TV going into rigor mortis. He's basically a zombie. He's like an MK Ultra robot at this point. He can barely put together a sentence. He fell off a stationary bike. Yeah, it's a lot of things working against Joe Biden, and this being released, obviously, you know, this is not good for Biden coming up for us for the election. So, yeah, I'm with her on that.
This is a banana. We'll use to slide him out of there.
Joy Murdoch, in 7 seconds or less, I know you're a cordon bleu chef. You will be allowed to use a gas-powered stove. They backed off.
Well, I'm glad that happened. You know, I support a woman's right to choose whether or not to use a gas stove to cook dinner. And I'm pro-choice on this. I wish the pro-choice Democrats would support a woman's right.
And men too.
And men too.
Men cook too.
I know you're a great cook, and sometimes use DoorDash to heat up your pizza in Long Island. But it is interesting they back. But I wanted to talk about the nanny state. They're still a terrible.
Oh, well, they didn't talk about the trying to ban gas stoves, whatever the hell that's about. I don't understand that, but that's neither here nor there. But look, you guys, in politics, there's no such thing as fair. Whoever has the power is most definitely going to inflict that power on the people that's beneath them. Right now, the left controls the media, so they wield that power every chance they get. Like I said in the video, all these politicians are crooked. They were blowing this whole thing with Donald Trump having these documents completely out of control. It was complete bullshit from the beginning. I knew it 4 months ago on August the 12th. 4 months to the day. That's what made Sports Life and Politics TV so goddamn good. On this channel, we're ahead of the curve. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. I just took your ass on a Black Nostradamus goddamn ride. Peace.